I provide support to patients and families that are admitted to our unit, coming in with a new diagnosis of cancer or are at the end stages of life. I think it's so important to see these patients as not just a cancer diagnosis. They have families, they have jobs, they have children. They're human beings that need support at this very, very difficult time in their life.
So Stephanie really gets it, and she really understands our patients here. And something I'll never forget is what she did this past year for one of our patients. He was from China, and he came to the US for an education at Worcester Polytechnic.
Shuang Song, he was an undergraduate student here majoring in a program that connects computer science with humanities and arts. He was also very active in music, especially the Glee Club. He became one of the most integrated, connected students at WPI. In his senior year, his health deteriorated very quickly. He ended up at Mass General Hospital.
He had a terrible diagnosis. It was a stage 4 colon cancer, and he needed to receive chemotherapy.
His pain level was very difficult to treat. Not only his physical pain, but emotional pain. Very anxious, understandably.
Stephanie, you don't have to ask her. She just says, I need to see this patient. And she knew right away that he was someone that would need support from a social worker.
I just wanted to sort of get to know him.
And shortly after that, his parents arrived from China. His parents didn't speak a word of English. Not only was it their only child, Shuang was their entire life. Stephanie, she would always go in and sit next to the mom and hold her hand or put her hand on her shoulder just to let her know that, you know, she's there for them.
It got to the point where he was getting more and more ill and he wasn't as alert.
Shuang was going to die here on our unit.
We all were just struggling with, you know, we need to do something.
The idea that she came up with was, could a school possibly get him a diploma before he passed away and maybe give it to him?
Something on letterhead from Mass General signed by Stephanie was the one piece of evidence I took to the president to say, I think we should deliver the diploma and it has to go today. And by 4 o'clock that day, I was at the hospital. I met Stephanie. They took me upstairs to meet with the family. We talked for a little bit about Shuang's and his dreams and his parents' dream of graduating from an American university. He was laying in the hospital bed. I had my hand on his shoulder. I put the diploma in his hands. I think his mother had to lift his hand and help him to hold it. And then his parents talked to him about it. And then took many pictures.
They weren't bringing back their son, but they were able to bring back his college diploma, which he worked so hard to achieve.
I was there on that day, and I had that diploma that day because Stephanie cared enough to connect with the family and connect with WPI. Anybody else who hadn't paid attention, that could have slipped by very easily.
Shuang ended up passing away 12 hours after.
You know, I was simply called in to do one small task, you know, I think at the end of a very long relationship that she had built with the family. It was something I'll always remember. Yeah, it would not have happened without Stephanie.